Hi guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to Random Lifestyle Vlog. If you're new here, my name is Paulina. This channel is mostly about beauty, and that includes skincare, makeup and fragrances. So today we have another fragrance video, and this is the fragrance we're going to talk about. This is the newest Vie Est Belle Elixir Eau de Parfum. This is what it looks like, and to be honest, I wasn't so sure whether I should buy it or not, but as you can see, I decided to do it in the end. So La Vie Est Belle was a very popular fragrance. I mean, it still is. So obviously they do release quite a lot of flankers. If I'm not wrong, they've been releasing like 2 flankers a year. I'm pretty sure there was another flanker earlier this year, which I decided not to buy because I felt like the recent flankers were quite similar to each other, maybe a little bit too similar, but this one definitely sounded a little bit different. So if you haven't tried La Vie Est Belle, it's this gourmand but a little bit like more romantic, melancholic fragrance. I've always thought it was perfect for colder weather, especially autumn, and in recent years we did have a lot of iris in these fragrances, and don't get me wrong, I love iris. Iris is this very powdery, quite mature note, but I felt like maybe it was a little bit overdone. Like, I personally own at least 3 or 4 La Vie Est Belle flankers that are very heavy on iris, and I'm not even a massive collector of this range. I literally have like maybe 6 fragrances altogether. So I was really surprised to see no iris for one, but instead of iris we actually have violet here, and violet is also quite a powdery note, and it can also lean pretty mature sometimes, but then again sometimes you can make violet smell pretty young too. So like, it very much depends what you mix it with. So violet, that's a little bit risky for me because some of those violet heavy fragrances might give me a headache, so probably I shouldn't really blind buy this scent, but I did it anyways. So this is what the bottle looks like. I really love how kind of like a smoky shade this liquid is. Love that. This is giving me like a proper autumnal vibe, and it's adding to that kind of like melancholy vibe that these fragrances usually have, at least in my head. So let's have a look at the notes. So the top notes here are raspberry, liquor and Calabrian bergamot. The middle notes violet leaf and rose. And then base notes leather, cacao butter and cedar wood. So you know what? With a fragrance composition like that, it can go either way. It can be a really lovely fragrance, or it can be like a massive headache inducer. Luckily for me, I actually really like this fragrance, and it's not giving me a headache whatsoever. It's a really beautiful raspberry violet concoction. It's much younger than previous releases. It's not juvenile or anything like that. There's still like certain maturity to this fragrance, but it's not like super mature, if you know what I mean. So I think the youthfulness of this fragrance comes from the fact that this violet is actually sweetened by raspberry, so it's giving me this really beautiful yummy concoction, but then we have those leathery and boozy notes that add a little bit of sophistication to this fragrance. It also adds a little bit of this kind of melancholy and romanticism to this fragrance that I keep talking about. Like, to me, this is actually the main thing that makes this fragrance perfect for that kind of like a gloomy grey weather. I love that. Also, this fragrance seems to be quite different compared to other La Vie Est Belle fragrances. So even though this kind of autumnal romantic vibe is similar, and as such this fragrance makes sense being in the La Vie Est Belle range, I think it is quite distant from other flankers or the original La Vie Est Belle. I think if you have any other La Vie Est Belle fragrance in your collection, there's a big chance that you'll find this fragrance quite different from what you've got. But at the same time, if you are a massive La Vie Est Belle fragrance lover, you might actually find this one to be too different, and you might not really end up liking it. I know violet can be a little bit controversial and not everyone's going to like it. So I'll probably say this is probably not the best blind buy recommendation. I think you should better try it yourself and see how it works for you, but it's a really lovely fragrance. It's quite unique. It's actually very good for lasting. The sillage of this fragrance is, I would say, moderate, so maybe not great for like situation when you work very closely with people, but it should be okay in certain office situations. So yeah, all in all, I definitely recommend this fragrance, or at least I recommend for you to try it. I'm actually pretty impressed with how it smells on my skin. It is delicious, it's yummy, and it's quite addictive, I'd say. Okay guys, so this is everything for me today. Have you tried this fragrance? If so, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Also, let me know which one is your favorite La Vie Est Belle perfume of all times. Thank you very much for watching. For more fragrance related content, check those videos over here. I'm going to see you very soon. Take care. Bye.